On Today Food, pasta with a twist. Katie Lee, co-host of the Food Network show The Kitchen, is here with a really creative take on lasagna that is perfect for spring and summer. Katie, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
It's not hard to make, and that it's much healthier than what we're used to.
It is. It's a lighter lasagna without being like a diet food.
Let's take a look at our ingredient grid or panel here right now. We've got the basics, everything you'd expect, except
where's
the beef, right? Or
I know
sausage.
that you're upset about this. So we have squash, zucchini, we've got some fresh herbs, lasagna noodles, garlic, ricotta cheese, Parmesan, mozzarella, tomatoes for our sauce.
And you mentioned that at any step of this process, if you wanted to put meat in or if you wanted to put Italian sausage in, you can do that. All right. Where do we start?
All right, so we're going to start off by making our lasagna noodles. You want to cook these to package instructions, except I like to do it about a minute or two less.
Is that because they're going to cook further when you take them out, or because you need to work with them?
Well, they're going to cook further, but you want them to be cooked enough that you can work with them because you have to roll these up. We're making these little lasagna rolls.
All right.
And you can also substitute brown rice noodles if you want to go gluten-free. You could do whole wheat noodles, spinach noodles, so you can take your pick.
As we get ready for the next step, the folks are downstairs ready to dig in on this. I've heard some moans already, which is really good.
Those are the noises I like to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. All right, what are we doing now?
All right, so saute some onion and garlic, and then add to that the zucchini and squash. Okay. So you just dice that up, and these only need to cook for a couple of minutes because you want them to release their natural water content so that you don't have a watery lasagna.
You didn't put oil in that pan?
Yeah, there's oil in the pan.
Okay,
a little oil in the pan. You're going to salt. You want to put some pepper in there? Just salt and pepper it. You want to season every step.
Great.
So that you have a really good tasting lasagna.
It ends up looking like this.
Put them in a bowl, let them cool down a little bit, and then add, like Dr. Oz said, have some full-fat ricotta in there.
You could also go low-fat.
You could go low-fat. You want to stir that, Matt? And then I'm going to add to it some Parmesan cheese, and this is going to give us a nice, salty, yummy flavor.
Again, full fat?
Yeah, full fat.
Okay.
And then an egg, and that's what's going to hold everything together. And then I've got some parsley, salt, and pepper here. That goes right in. And you could add other vegetables to this if you like. You could put broccoli in there, spinach, or you could do, like you said, brown sausage, turkey, beef.
All right, now the sauce.
The sauce, this is a great summer sauce because you don't have to cook it. So I just pureed a can of tomatoes. Add to that some basil and salt and pepper.
All that salt and pepper?
All that salt and pepper. Yeah, and you just mix that up. It's going to cook in the oven, so super simple. All right, so now we're going to make our lasagna roll-ups. So you take your noodles. I like to put it out like an assembly line. That's our filling.
Right.
So the filling goes into a zip top bag, and you then cut off the end. So do we have some scissors?
I think it looks like we cut it up top there, actually.
Yeah. No?
No? Okay.
Oh, we're missing our scissors.
All right, hold on. We're going to break that off.
All right, here we go. Let's cut it with a knife. Okay, so you just cut the tip off.
And you're using this like a pastry bag.
Squeeze it right on there. So you make a little assembly line. You do all of them. And then you just tightly roll these up. Just like that. And they go into a pan that you've put some of the sauce down. Line these up. Spoon some of that sauce on top.
All right. Guys, how are we doing downstairs?
This is so much easier than making a traditional lasagna.
It is. It's really easy. Okay.
This goes back in the oven now.
This goes back in the oven. You top it first with mozzarella and Parmesan. This bakes at 375 for about 35-40 minutes until it's nice and golden brown and bubbly.
Guys, do you miss the meat?
We have some. We have one with a little sausage.
We have one with a little sausage and one veggie.
We have both.
How would you compare the two?
I think they're equal. They're both delicious.
Can't
go wrong. They're satisfying in different ways. They're very good.
Which was this one? This was the vegetable?
That's vegetable.
Okay. Is this meat?
That's meat.
Okay.
So you can have a little bit of both. Serve this with a salad, some garlic bread. You got a great dinner.
You know, my daughter Leela is kind of vegan now. We've been browning some tempeh and using that.
Let me tell you, this is delicious. This is really, really
fantastic.
Katie Lee, thank you very much.
Winner.
Thank you. And if Leela likes it, we know we have a winner.
Yeah.
By the way, Katie is sticking around all day. She's sharing her cooking advice and also answering your questions at today.com/.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.